Okay, hi, this is Manal, and I cordially welcome you on behalf of Platinum Global Solutions to our series of online interview sessions. We are proud to have you as our keynote speaker at the upcoming conference on AI, data analytics, and the future of e-commerce industry. Thank you so much for taking out time from your busy schedule. So, before we kickstart the interview, I'd like you to have a brief introduction about you, your professional career, and the area of expertise in which you are working. Over to you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I have been a data person for pretty much the best part of the last 20 years or so. I've started actually as a software developer and did a lot of things in different departments, and finally ended up in data management, ensuring that whatever we do, it is based on properly managed data so that we can really rely on the outcome.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. So let's move on to our first question. It's been more than a year that we are living with this COVID-19. So, tell me, what do you think about the ongoing global pandemic situation, and what's your take on it regarding the businesses that are suffering worldwide?
Yeah. Yeah, we see a number of businesses suffering and a number of businesses flourishing. Um, Unfortunately, COVID is not fair, right? We have businesses with great business models, people who know what to do, how to do the right things, but unfortunately, COVID takes away everything, the basis for everything they've done. On the other side, you have people who just started to do something without having a big plan, and suddenly COVID turns what they are doing into the most important thing you can imagine. So it's really unfair, but it shouldn't prevent people from taking action, right? So even if you are suffering and you think you don't deserve it, you have to prepare a plan B, which may be, adjusting your business to the new way of working. It may, however, mean changing business, because what you've done so far is no longer sustainable and may not become sustainable even after we win the battle against the virus.
Great, great, quite thoughtful. According to your experience, please briefly explain the current situation of the e-commerce industry and what's your forecast related to it?
Um, yeah, I agree with many commentators who expect a lot of the changes that we see happen right now not to get undone after the pandemic situation is over. Right? We see changes that companies haven't had the courage to do. The company said, "Oh, show me the business case, and I'm not sure whether this will really fly, and our customers won't accept it, and they may not have happened at all, or not in the foreseeable future." And suddenly, companies were forced to do these things and realize, "Oh, it's working." Yeah, customers accept that, employees accept it. We see an increase in efficiency through automation, through quality, and so on. So why should we undo it after the pandemic?
Okay, wonderful. Now, I'd like to know, as a company, what changes have you introduced in the overall operations and business strategies, and more importantly, how these changes are going to impact the future landscape of your company?
Yeah, yeah. Fortunately, we had already started the digitalization well before this strange situation, so that we had started to digitalize our dialogue with our customers, which is both over the phone and verbally, but also digitally, through the various e-commerce channels. And before, our concern was, would our customers accept it? So we said, okay, let's give it a try. Let's see which measures we have to take to illustrate the advantages to our customers. This has become easier. because they don't question it anymore, right? Before they would have said, "Oh, I prefer you visiting me again and again," and now that's not a question at all, right? So this is really making our life a bit easier.
Okay, wonderful. So, last question of our session. What are you expecting from the e-conference? And what valuable insights our audience can expect from you from your presentation session?
Yeah. In general, I expect um, a systematic exchange of best practices or what people have learned that has worked, right? Because everybody makes experience now, and the same thing should not have to be experienced by various people independently, right? If one company or one person learns that, oh, this one works or that one does not work, why not share it? And this, I think, is a very, very good platform for sharing experience. And, as far as I'm concerned, I would, just join in and share some of the experience that I've made, that Boehringer has made, so that, others can say, okay, let's give it a try. Let's try the same thing, or let's avoid repeating the errors.
Okay. So, what do you think about a new variant has been introduced, has been sort of people say that COVID-19 has been upgraded to a new variant. So, what do you think? Do you see in the near future the world coming out of this this pandemic? What's your forecast about it?
My forecast is that we have to prepare for any kind of pandemic to come up at any time, right? Imagine what we have experienced in the past. We've had very, very infective viruses that haven't done too much harm. We have done very harmful viruses that weren't that infectious. We have to prepare for a combination of both, which we haven't had, right? Imagine, yes, COVID-19, that has spread like, high speed, and with the mutations, the speed is increasing, but it does not really, kill 95% of everybody impacted. Who guarantees that this is not going to happen with another virus in 10 or 5 years from now? So we rather use the opportunity now, even after we get the COVID situation under control, to prepare for the worst case. And that is going to be the challenge, to keep the attention high after the situation calms down.
Quite a practical point of view. Quite a practical point of view. Thank you so much, Martin, for your time. It was a pleasure talking to you, and we really look forward to hearing you at our conference. Good luck.
Okay, thank you.